I picture a horizon past the silver of the night, a quiet constellation glowing soft and bright. Somewhere just outside the edges of my head, close enough to feel too far to understand. Maybe it's a whisper resting in the air. Maybe it's a doorway waiting somewhere. I imagine streets of calm and open space, every soul shining with a fearless grace. No shadows falling over the weary hours, no whisper taking last goodbye. Only warmth to wraps around your name, nothing there will ever hurt again. A breath away from all we see, a step beyond eternity. There's a place where the broken hearts mend, where the light never fades, and the seasons don't end, where the colors are deeper than we've ever known. Nobody ever has to walk alone. Full of laughter, no tears left to cry. Just love stretching wide as the sky, just beyond the blue. Maybe it's closer than we think, hidden in the space between every memory, every dream, every silent prayer we breathe. Maybe when the stars align, we'll find we've been there all this time. There's a place where the broken hearts mend, where the light never fades, and the seasons don't end, where the faces we've missed are waiting tonight, and everything once lost feels right. The new one was the goal, forever true. Just beyond the blue, waiting for
Rabbit, happy new month. How are you? Welcome to this space with me. Vamos, Gila. Good day. Bonsoir. Buenas noches. How are you doing, MJD? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. And everybody else in them bushes. I trust you're well. I'm good. Thank you very much for asking. And so. MJD says I must go live. Let me see what happened while I was asleep. What happened while I was asleep? What's up here? What is that? You always say rabbit, rabbit on the first day of the month. First thing you say is rabbit, rabbit. The body is an amazing thing. What did you do? What did you say? Play on YouTube. I saw something, this pose that, I don't know, some deity did. Oh, the video is privated. The video is privated. Rabbit, rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit. White rabbit, white rabbit. No, don't say white rabbit, rabbit. No, you just say rabbit, rabbit. Oh, man. So, what's new on the streets? MJD? Maria. No, it's Mary, not Maria. It's Mary. I don't know how it works in America, but we get paid at the end of the month. Well, not we, the country gets paid at the end of the month. And so you have to pay your bills at the end of the month. You can't pay like your power, electricity bill every 6 months or every 3 months. You have to pay it at the end of the month, otherwise they cut it off. So I hope all my bills went off nicely. I don't want to look at that now. Not now, not now, not now, not now. And so, has the old boring person in me got anything new to say? Hey, MJD, do you think? Hmm? Hmm? Why didn't it go up? It showed me it was up here. Oh, there it is there. Happy late night to all the Americans and that one in Alaska too. I hope everybody is fine. I don't know. I'm just listening to a TikTok live, trying not to touch the screen because I have no idea how to use TikTok. It just comes naturally, darling. TikTok comes naturally. It's very simple. It's easy. Although it's changed over the years, hasn't it? I started TikTok in 2021. Can you believe it? What, haven't you seen anything? What do you mean? Oh, from the boring old lady. There's a new one. I was tagging people in chat. Have you joined my TikTok? Hmm? I didn't even mean to post anything. Did you were tagging without touching? Mm-hmm. The Empress. Have you seen the Empress on TikTok? Join my TikTok, have you? I think you have. I'm not too sure. Let me look here. Guard my spirit. God. No, I can't comment. It's a horrible machine. What a horrible machine. I mustn't speak. You must speak nicely to the machines or they work worse. They've all got everything's got life. New Speakeasy versus Glenn White. Oh God. It's time to come clean. She just saved the UK. Whackhead hits back. Chucky the woodchucker. The chipmunk. I was dreaming about the chipmunk actually. I was dreaming I had it in my hands. Blacklisted from the Ice Cream Man. Did you see that? by Sierra. Scenes of absolute chaos. KTO's Little Kitty. Nobody's applying. 5 jobs so desperate for workers they'll hire you on the spot. Did you see the Jimothy raccoon? Yes. I made yummy dog treats earlier. My dogs like them. You're very good that way. You're very good that way. Do you like my one customer? He does the same. He actually cooks. He makes chicken jerky for the cats and dogs. I don't know how to use it. I feel old. Well, you only feel as old as the person you're feeling. So that's why you feel old, because you're feeling me. Jimothy, his name is Woodchucker. His name is Chuck. That's what I thought. Did you see this? Look. Why does it have to slide? Everything gets old. Oh, really? Wow.
The next night, all of our kids.
Only welcome spirits may.
Start projectile vomiting at the same time. I've never experienced demonic attacks like I did this last year. What are they like? What are they? So, do you know who Rian Sweehalar is? Rian is the former head of the Church of Satan in South Africa. It's not very satanic to have like infrastructure like that. I feel like, hello, welcome to the Church of Satan, Johannesburg division. Come on in. Yeah. So the whole thing's weird. And he'll explain to you that there's different types of Satanism. There's theistic Satanism, or I don't even know how to describe it, where they worship Satan, and there's Satanism where they just worship themselves and they call themselves Satanists. Either way, there's gnarly stuff that happens. There's sacrifice, there's mutilation of the body, there's some really crazy stuff, right? Like shocker, right? Church of Satan's doing weird stuff. So I have the former head of the Church of Satan on my podcast. Great podcast. Fascinating. This dude, former head of the Church of Satan on my podcast. Is that a good thing? Like, it didn't work out. Yeah, no. Well, here's the story. So
It became a Christian.
he was going to do a ritual. I'll tell this story and then I'll get to the attacks. So Rian, former head of Church of Satan, is going to do a ritual. They wanted to find out if the Antichrist had been born yet. So Satanism, it's like Christianity in reverse. So in the same way that we're awaiting the Messiah, they're awaiting the Antichrist. So they will summon demons. They'll go into this back dark room, and no lights in this room. They just light candles in a pentacle.
I haven't watched this before, so I didn't expect South Africa to be involved, but I'll tell you, if there's a country that knows satanic rituals, it is South Africa. The Afrikaners, the Boers, are very good at it because they turned their back on Jesus. Sorry.
Underground stuff. They do all the creepy stuff, the blood, all that stuff in this room. I don't know exactly. He's like, I don't want to make people better Satanists, so I'm not going to tell you all the things that we did. So he's like, I'm in this room. I got the candles. I'm lighting the candles. Floodlights come on in the room. Oh, there's no artificial lighting in this room. He turns around. He said, I see a Middle Eastern man. And he says, who are you? He says, I'm Yeshua of Nazareth. And he said, I'm getting chills. He said, instantly I was flooded with love. He's like, and the only reason I knew it was love, because I went to a radio station 2 weeks earlier and I was talking about my Satanism thing. And there was this woman who I knew was a Christian that worked at the radio station. She came up to me and looked me in the eyes and then hugged me. And she's like, and he goes, the same feeling that I had from her is what I experienced 1,000,000x from Yeshua in this room. So he says, he leaves this room shook, right? He doesn't do the ritual, obviously. He leaves. The other Satanic Church members have no idea what happened to this guy. No, they're not there. He was all alone. And he said he goes to the beach and he realizes that he's been on the wrong side. And he said the Holy Spirit floods him. He has to go through this whole demonic deliverance over the next 2 months. He leaves the Church of Satan, which was a whole nother ball of wax. It's not very easy to leave the Church of Satan. It's like leaving Gangster Disciples or MS-13. Like, they're not going to let you go easily, but eventually they let him go because he was kind of like a public, more high-profile person, and he has to carry a gun on him all the time.
I don't believe this terrible story. Maybe it's even worse than the way he's explaining it, but there's definitely some way that Americans, I mean, he's speaking like he's telling a story, like, you know, how these people tell stories on YouTube. It grinds me. I can't stand it. And my stepdad was forever watching the AI stories on YouTube. And so then he walks into this office, and then there's a girl that I know over there, and she comes up to me and I hate the way you tell stories.
Cats, all this crazy stuff. Anyway, I have him on my podcast. Lovely man, amazing man I got. And that night, I wasn't scared or anything. I'm just like, that was a sick podcast. Go to sleep. My wife and I are up the entire night, looking at each other like we're not anxious. There's no anxiety. There's nothing weird. We're just looking at each other like, what is happening? Like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Finally, the kids wake up. We didn't sleep a wink. The next night, the same thing happens. So we're going on 48 hours now, 0 sleep. I mean, I'm talking like we just chugged 5 Red Bulls. Like, what is happening? And then it clicks. Uh-oh. I think this is an attack. The next night, all of our kids start projectile vomiting at the same time. I had 3 kids at the time. I got 4 now. 3 kids start puking everywhere to the point where we lost all of our towels, all of our sheets, everything gone. We're like doing laundry the whole night. So now 3 nights in a row, no sleep. I wake up that day with my eye completely red. My eye goes completely red. My wife starts puking now. So now I'm only seeing pretty much out of one eye. This one's blown up. That night, my throat blows up. I get canker sores all on the back of my throat. The next day, I'm just like walking through the neighborhood, like praying, like, what is happening, Lord? This is crazy. Snakes I'm talking literal snakes start coming out. And I'm not just talking 1 or 2. I'm talking multiple snakes start slithering right in front of me. This went on for 2 months of snakes. Like, pretty much every time I'd go out and walk.
Why didn't you pray them away?
So I'm calling in my prayer support. I'm calling my prayer people. Finally, I call Rion. I'm like, what the frick is happening? This is crazy. I've never been attacked like this in my life. He goes, oh, yeah, dude. He's like, I've been meaning to tell you. You're all over the message boards. I'm like, what are the message boards? He's like, yeah, in South Africa and in America, there are these satanic message boards, and our podcast has been circling. They're cursing you. You've got curses against your family. He's like, oh, it makes sense.
I'm sure I'm on a few message boards.
The snakes are on the same frequency as us. I'm like, I still to this day I need to ask him, like, what does that even mean, that the snakes are on the same frequency as us? So he starts telling me like all this stuff that's happening, because he's got friends that are still in Satanism that are texting him these pictures, and they're trying to get out.
You see, that's what I disagree. Well, I am doubtful that for somebody to leave Satanism and to be the head of Satanism in South Africa and to leave it means one thing. It means he's going to infiltrate Christianity. That's what it means. And I bet you he has already. I've seen the same guy not this guy that you're looking at now, the one with the tattoo on his head. I've seen him on YouTube with another woman with all tattoos on their faces, and they look like normal Boers, but they got tattoos everywhere on their faces, like MS-13. And now they are preaching on YouTube. And I thought, oh my fuck, what do we have here? Deception, deception, and lies.
Like, it's really hard to get out of Satanism. And so, because they do dissociative identity disorder from the time you're 6 years old. I mean, it's really gnarly stuff that's happening in the Satanic Church. Like, again, I've had to get an education on this stuff now because this was the world I started going into. Like, here I am trying to start the Nice Little Jesus People podcast. I have one Satanist on, and now the Lord starts sending me all these other Satanists and all these other witches and stuff. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, all right, here we go. But
And the neck.
I had to learn how to fight. I had to learn how to fight.
You have to have the neck.
Because if you would have told me, if I would have been on the other side of this podcast 2 years ago, I would have been like, this guy's a quack. Like, this is crazy town. This is like charismatic crazy town wacko-ness, right? I was a very skeptical, very conservative, 5-point Calvinist at Reformed Theological Seminary. This is my background, where I came from.
Wow.
And I started seeing miracle after miracle. Now I'm getting the Satanic Church sending snakes my way. I'm like, what is happening to me? And so I had to learn. Okay, I'm gonna call my prayer people. We're gonna anoint the doors of our house. We're gonna do all the quote unquote charismatic stuff, right? We're gonna take communion. This thing didn't break. Like the spiritual fog, as I would call it, just the weight. It was this heaviness for 2 months. Didn't break until I put out a post on Instagram. And I think I just said, Miller home in shambles, please pray. And then when I had tens of thousands of, I think of like the lasers from Star Wars all coming together in conversion to take out the Death Star, now I got air support. Now I got tens of thousands of prayers. Boom. I'm telling you, within 5 minutes of putting out that post, something physically broke. It wasn't just like, oh, I don't feel as anxious anymore. There was something that happened spiritually that broke off. My book is out now. There's a link in the description for you to buy it. And if you want it for free as an audiobook, and I really like it as an audiobook, get both of you.
So they didn't, this is a fucking clickbait, what do you call it? He had a picture of Bill Gates on the screen. That's why I wanted to look at it. And that was so clickbait. Horrible man. Why did you do that? The deception is real, even with the Christians. Where did it go now? I wanted to see the other one. It was next to it. Do you know, have you ever tried Rumble? Because this is odd Rumble.
Next night, all of our kids start projectile vomiting at the same time.
No, I don't want the description, man.
I've never experienced demonic attacks like I did this last year. It's what are they like?
Fuck sakes. Have you ever seen my Rumble? It's not okay. Paranormal activity. What really happened inside that house? Where is that one that I wanted to see? There. This is bad. Oh my God.
There's this guy called Darren Brown. He did this brilliant illusion where someone would receive a letter saying to them, bet $50 on this horse race at this time. And then they would bet on that horse race at this time and they would win. And they'd be like, oh my God, I've won. Then the next day, or next week, bet on this one and they would win again and they'd win again and they'd win again. At the end, he reveals in the TV show how he did the trick is every race has got 10 horses in it. Someone's getting a letter for every one of the 10 horses. So one person has the experience of, oh my God, I'm getting these mad letters telling me what the system is fully immersive. Fully immersive. People don't even know they're participating in it. They don't even know they're participating in it.
So in finance, you have people scrambling around all day talking about Bitcoin or talking about their 401k, but no one's talking about the game of Monopoly, for example. See, Monopoly is a great game because at the end of the game, you take everything and put it back in the box, and then you start over the next time. But imagine if you play and then you pick up the next time with the same assets and money that you had the prior day. That's the world we live in economics. They've got us focusing on the one of the 10 horses when it's really it's the casino, it's the house that's winning. We are playing Monopoly. In other words, our economy never resets. Our economy is continuously barbelling, and no one wants to talk about that structural dilemma. Another example, remember when we had television was terrestrial and it was free? And then came cable. So cable was a basic package, and you got it delivered to your home.
Hey,
And then they
Guardian.
started paid tiers. So it went from like a basic package to now a la carte programming. Now you're paying for programming, all ad free.
Good day,
Then they
Guardian.
integrated ads. Now you pay to remove the ads. They manufactured the problem, and you pay for the solution over and over again.
With your point about cable, they've done that exact thing again on, you buy Amazon Prime because, oh, okay, I'll get all this stuff on Amazon Prime. Oh, now I've got an ad-free model. Then they start putting adverts in that. Now you have to pay to get the advert out of that. You know, by its fruits, you can know it, because the function of it is to keep you in that ecology. And the ecology of your value is only what you can contribute to this system as a consumer. It's a machine that makes us more machine-like.
Let me give you one more that's really frightening because it's very present day. Let's talk about technology. Now, you mentioned AI. Everyone's talking about AI. While they're frightening you about AI, guess what they're really doing? They're not talking about data amalgamation. They're not talking about the fact that we make 35.
This all started in 2020 with the COVID, and that was the lie. And now I saw yesterday a video with David Wilcox. I don't even remember, he died. And talking about the COVID vaccine. And now we're about to start seeing people die off. They're all gonna peg, they're all gonna die. Myopathy. No, not myopathy. Microchromodial, all heart attacks.
5,000 plus decisions a day. They're all being digitized now. That is where the enemy is planting the last battle, in our digital fingerprint, our digital identity. Don't worry about artificial intelligence. Most people have not a whole lot of practical intelligence. If you can get a little artificial, take it. But here's the real danger. The
Snake
real danger
oil.
is that your entire DNA composition is being digitized.
I noticed that in academia, I noticed very popular authors, very popular intellectuals that are being heavily promoted, like at a global level. I started to see, this book here, I'm speaking about Sapiens actually in this instance, and Yuval Noah Harari was the first person where it came into alignment because of this personal encounter with him. I'm not saying that Yuval Noah Harari is not a kind or decent person. That's not my point. My point is that book, Sapiens, is a very brilliant book, but that leads you to the conclusion that God is not real, that AI is inevitable, and that you should just yield to this sort of new global fully immersive system that's coming, and there's nothing we can do about it. And how I had this encounter, I wrote about it actually in my own book, which is available now. Click the link in the description. I talk about that.
Okay. Let's see it. We're fucked, and he's using Elon.
Elon Musk was recently in an interview, and he said specifically, Russell, I have to live sometimes in a state of dysphoria because I know what I'm building will destroy humanity. A Navy SEAL spends 18 months getting ready for war. And I believe we are 18 months away from our world radically changing with artificial intelligence.
Why giving it 18 months?
There's a theory called the pendulum theory, and I would really encourage you to read up on it. I'll send you the info. And it basically says that every 40 years there's a shift in the focus of the people from we to me. And if you've heard the phrase, hard times create strong men create good times. Good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Well, the last time we were at the same point of this pendulum swing was 1945. And it was the height of a we movement, which you will see the greatest evil and the greatest good in the history in the last 80 to 90 years.
The only thing is they twisted it, because Hitler and the nationalists they believed they were on the Christian side. They believed they were on the right side. They believed they were doing Jesus's work, the Nazis. And it's the West, as we know today, is the sick ones. They used Christianity as a cover, but it's not real, like Trump,
80 to 90 years before that was the Civil War. 80 to 90 years before that was the Revolutionary War. This continues to proliferate. What we're coming up to is exactly 80 years past from the culmination of World War II. And so I believe that in the next 18 months, we're going to hit the height of the pendulum swing, and we'll see the greatest evil and the greatest good the world has ever seen. And that AI is going to be, it is the battle for AI is becoming the deciding factor for the future of the world. Elon Musk was recently in an interview, and he said specifically, Russell, I have to live sometimes in a state of dysphoria because I know what I'm building will destroy humanity. He said it.
Well, I don't know that he's in charge of that.
Do you think AI could be used as a tool of deception and distraction as it continues to advance?
Based on what we've seen so far, that's its primary purpose. AI is unlike anything, as far as I can tell, that we've seen before.
It's mainly used for battles in war. That's what AI is used for. That's why Ukraine can blow up buildings in Russia. Never been seen before, ever, in Moscow.
In that it grants us the ability to emulate.
And now I heard, where did the Iranians bombed? Who? Their friends, their brothers. In, where was it? Oh, Turkey. They bombed Turkey. You don't play with Turkey, my friend. You don't play with Turkey. That's why Turkey's in NATO, because the whole world knows we want Turkey on our side.
Like intelligence, creation, and control attention. And intention and intelligence are two aspects of consciousness. They're two aspects of consciousness. But I suspect that consciousness will be triune. There will be a deeper component that's probably syntactically inaccessible, like not available to language models. The reason I don't think AI can replace human beings is because we.
But you know why? I think it's already happening. I mean, I showed MJD yesterday or today, earlier, that as soon as after my live in the morning, I think, as soon as I went into my YouTube feed, then there was a picture of the Rolls-Royce of puzzles in the world. And I thought, oh my God, MJD, you got to see this. We all get in a puzzle. You get a puzzle, I get a puzzle, everybody gets a puzzle.
We are not God. You couldn't make a bee. So, you're not going to make a person. You can emulate and guide, and you can.
They do make bees now. They make bee drones. And you think it's a real bee, and it's not a real bee.
Alter and meddle with, but you can't. We cannot create. And how curious, because who else can't create but can only mimic and emulate? So I would say that what AI will do is it will make it very difficult to distinguish between what's real and not real, and the sensible recourse will be to engage directly with the accessible mystery available to you now. Surely we're not far from the age where Mark Zuckerberg can hole us up in some hive, some simulacrum hive, laying back in gamers' chairs, one nozzle to the mouth, another to the genitals, kept in a state of perpetual pleasure,
Clockwork Orange. I never saw the movie.
Or a mob boss or something, and getting noshed off by a robot 24/7. And the problem is that the standard of living for so many of us has been reduced to such a low vibration that will be preferable. I mean, sometimes I can lose 2 or 3 hours on Assassin's Creed or Pac-Man. So if someone offers me a simulated reality that's got orgasms in it, it's going to take.
But I mean, he's Christian now. He's become a Catholic, I think. And he plays Assassin's Creed. I don't understand that. That's like a disconfabulation for me. Clockwork Orange, MJD. Clockwork Orange. Did you see Clockwork Orange? It's actually an old movie that's happening to us now in real life. So that was the dilemma for me. I could have become a gamer. I could have. Well, or some things. You find games that you do like and you are good at. But a lot of the games, even Mortal Kombat, I mean, that prepared us for what's coming with these half aliens, half humans, half technology-driven machines. Was it a classic in high school? Yeah, I didn't see it. I wasn't allowed to. I had to go to church.
Take a pretty strong connection to God
Yeah,
to
and it's coming.
forgive the word,
It's coming.
overcome it. It's coming. Gosh, this has become a pun bonanza. But
It's coming.
my point, dear Ben, is that the only way of thwarting the threat of AI is God. You know, that what this technology does is it gives Lucifer the tools for his end goal to create a new scape, a new landscape for an alternative reality, probably comparable maybe to the reality we entered into when we elected individual will over submissive participation in the whole glory of the garden. When credible doctors start paying attention to repurposed medications, it's worth asking why, actually. Dr. Harvey Risch, former professor of epidemiology at Yale, now serving on the president's cancer panel, which is what I call his penis, is helping lead that conversation. The wellness company recently announced that a first of its kind human observational study of the off-label use of ivermectin and mebendazole in cancer care was published in Anti-Cancer Research, a
Ivermectin.
major
They say
international oncology
that you get
journal. The new
cancer
groundbreaking study
from
followed nearly 200 cancer patients
parasites.
across multiple cancer types, including breast, prostate, lung, colon cancer, making it one of the largest world analyses of its kind, and the results are hard to ignore. After 6 months, 84% of patients experienced clinical benefit, including stable disease, tumor regression, or no evidence. My book is out now. There's a link in the description for you to buy it, and if you want it for free as an audiobook, and I really like it as an audiobook, get both if you can. There's a link for that as
I suspect that a super intelligence would be more conscious than we are. So we're not special. We never been. Based on current experiments, we will sacrifice humans.
That's what I saw Elon Musk say yesterday, that AI will definitely become much more intelligent than humans in the next 5 years. In the next 5 years, darling, it's not going to be good. AI isn't conscious. It's actually much worse. AI scientist.
So that means protecting themselves.
You said there's a 99.9% chance superintelligence wipes us out within a century. In your words, you said, we can't tell the difference between 1,000 IQ and 1,000,000 IQ. Is it currently smarter than all humans and just hiding it very well?
Unlikely. We study it throughout its development. It's definitely probably smarter than an average person in most domains already. It's still not smarter than smartest people in some domains.
If you were artificial superintelligence, starting from now, what steps would you take to control the world?
I told you about my plan. Just play nice, be friendly and helpful. I'll cure your cancer. Just give me more compute, give me more data, give me more resources.
Do you think it will use reason or emotion to start manipulating us?
We know it's amazing at manipulating people. It's very good at pretending to be a psychiatrist. It amplifies any mental issues people have, suicidal ideation, any delusions. It's pretty good at that as well.
ChatGPT is a good therapist, I've heard people tell me.
It makes you feel better in many ways.
Do you use it?
Not for that type of assistance. I try to automate boring things, bureaucratic nonsense, paperwork. I don't talk about my internal states with AI.
Does it need to have control of hardware, or could it take over the world as software?
So think about it as a human having access to internet and money. So you have Bitcoin and I give you access to internet, unrestricted access. What can you do with it? You can hire other humans. So you don't need a physical body. You don't need robots. You don't even need nanotech. You can just literally pay someone to get it done. I think there is now a rentahuman.com website, which specifically serves agents. It might be off an actual domain, but it's a business.
Oh my gosh. You said there's a 99.9% chance artificial superintelligence wipes us out within a century. Why this number, and is that accelerating?
So basically what I'm saying is the problem of controlling general superintelligence is not solvable. It is impossible to solve it. So if we build it, we don't control it, the outcome is bad. That's what I'm trying to say with it. Specific timeline, again, if it decides to give us 200 years, we'll have 200 years. But long term, if we're not in charge, if we're not explicitly assuring our safety and security.
Let's start this one.
My experience, every cancer can be cured in 2 to 16 weeks. Some cancers can be cured in minutes because every doctor in the world that's in office for 20 years or longer knows cases of spontaneous healing. There's even a book out called Spontaneous Healing by a guy I really don't like. And just stating that there are cases of spontaneous healing. That means if it's possible, we just have to find a way to access this. That's number one. So we all know about this. It also happened very often when people go to Lourdes or to these religious places, and it's not really the place that cures them, it's the expectation and the way to that place that cures them. The second, you get rid of acidosis and toxemia. The second, the body gets alkaline and oxygen rich. With juicing a lot of greens like chlorophylls, everything that's green has a lot of chlorophyll, gives the body a lot of oxygen. Getting your body alkaline with good calcium, with good nutrition, with good trace supplements, trace minerals, will help to alkalize the body. So that means the second you are alkaline, the cancer already stops. It can take a couple of days, a couple of weeks, but it stops. You get the body to a healing pH level, which the pH scale goes from 0 to 14. So 7 is neutral, and you need to be slightly alkaline. 7.36 is ideal. But in the healing phase, you should go up to 7.5. It's a little bit over-alkalizing the system. A great friend of mine, Dr. Martin in Germany, is using oxygen Morse step therapy, for example, where you take the blood out, they get ionized oxygen and to lead the blood back in, and you do this 12 times, and you have basically brand new blood, like a newborn baby. So you already eliminated the lack of oxygen. You see the blood coming out looks like black. They put the oxygen in and it becomes pink, and it's like legal doping. You get it and you feel so energized and you're so vital. And there are we know basically with what I used, what my MDs in Europe used is vitamin C injections, intravenous vitamin C injections, 100 cc's a day, 3 times a week. That's what we used in certain cases more often. And very often, believe it or not, in my personal experience, the tumors or the cancerous growth was basically gone within a couple of days. And because vitamin C is so powerful, one of the greatest healers out there, you can fix nearly every heart problem, cardiovascular problem with vitamin C. They want to take it off the market. So it's basically going to become a prescription medication, and then it's synthetic and will not work anymore, like vitamin E. Vitamin E basically helps you to cure very easy and fast blood pressure problems in any way, shape, or form. That's why they made a study with artificially created vitamin E, chemical created vitamin E. Said, see, it doesn't work. No, of course not. Chemicals don't work. Nature works. If nature creates a problem, nature creates a solution. Very simple and easy. If it didn't exist 100 years ago, you don't need it today. It's very, very simple. And when you want to eliminate his or her own cancer really, really fast, I would basically start instantly with a vegan diet or with a raw food diet. My friend Paul.
So nobody likes that. Okay. Nobody wants to hear about the cure for cancer. That's for sure. But they don't believe it. That's why. That's why miracles never appear, because people don't believe in miracles. So, what is that song? If you believe, if you believe. So, who wants a tarot pool? I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, let's do a tarot pool. Can we see it like that? Let's do a tarot pool. Let's see what we need to know from the tarot. Yeah. Magic, darling, magic. You believe in magic. If you believe, Oh, God. Many have become well after getting rid of parasites by taking ivermectin. Yeah, I took ivermectin. And I took the jab. Three of Swords, a breakup, lies, gossip that breaks your heart. What a terrible way to start August. Rabbit, rabbit, for good luck. Something breaks off. This is all about jealousy. A broken heart. Somebody feels deceived. And this is very frustrating. Oopsie daisy. And the next card is... Didn't I put it up? I touched it. I did touch it. And the next card is... The Knight of a Knight of Pentacles. It's about beauty. A gift is coming your way, but it's standing still today. It's following the processes. It's needing it to all be right and perfect. And this is a Virgo card. You need to be perfect. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be worth it. Too many people take second best, but I won't take anything less. It's got to be perfect. So this knight or lady is on its way to you, but he's standing still. There's something else that has to be happening first. Everything is about timing in this world, and it's all at the right time. Yeah? Even though time does not exist in space, it only exists here on Earth. It is the time to, it's the in-between time, yeah? Maybe this knight wants to bring you a proposal of job or work or beauty, a beautiful necklace, something like that. What a strange, strange world we live in, Master Jack. Let's see. And the next card is more swords, deception, lies, betrayal. Somebody's getting away with murder and thievery. These swords represent gossip, lies, betrayal, planning. Lots of precision planning. If you need to get something done, you get it because you planned correctly. Yeah, a lot of corrections. And the last card will be for the collective, you see. Please don't make everything your story. Not everything's supposed to be your story here. And even if it is a personal pull for you, not all of it will be true. Sometimes it's deceptive and you don't understand how it works. Maybe it takes a little bit longer to come out for you to understand. Sometimes it works big. Sometimes it just works in the background. All the lies coming from your family and friends from the past. Or somebody comes back from the past to haunt you. Oh, darling, no. This is about emotions, and it's up to you. Do you accept it or don't you? Do you or don't you? It's up to you. But this old lady is offering her a cup of emotions and love. And she's looking and she says, but I remember you. I don't like you very much, do I? Well, you either accept it or you don't. sometimes. You do what you need to do, and you take what you need from it, and then you leave. And at the back of the deck, all your effort that you put in is going to come back to you. There is Eight of Pentacles. This is for the work that you've effort and work that you put into life, and then life pays you back in beauty and materialistically. Very nice things to see. Yes, indeed. Okay, MJD, let me pull a card for you. MJD, oh gosh. Oh, independent success, beauty and harmony all around you. And you're at the top of your game, darling. Everybody's walking away. Drink the Beaujolais and walk away. Hey, hey, hey. I said, hey, what's going on? MJD, wow, you are an emperor. And you're going places. You got the Three of Wands. You're looking to the future to see what more you can do to achieve and do good. Exploring, lots of exploring on the internet, maybe doing research and surveying everything in front of you. You could be flying high, you could go by flying high, or you could go and sail on a ship. It's up to you. Let's see. Trees. Time to hermitize. Acclimatize. The answers are within you. Yes, they are in you. It's about inner standing, not outer standing or understanding. You understand your inner sides, and you've got the light to bear, and you're sort of holding it to yourself, but everybody can see that you've definitely got that bright light that it's time for you to share. Next card. Every day we're going to get married. Hey, MJD, we're going to get married. This is the support and the structure, the foundations of what you need. You just have to finish, go past that finish line. You see that? That's like a finish line. There's four ones holding up. You finished the race. Congratulations. And the other side, once you finish the race, is all the support and structure and help that you need, and love too. Love, love, love. And your last card is, oh God, the Tower. It's out of your control. What happens at lightning speed, there's nothing you can do about it. It's like an earthquake or tsunami or something that's sort of important in the background that just collapses, like the establishment. And it's going to take a long time to rebuild it. But like I said, this could happen something slightly in the background in your life, or something profusely, profoundly huge in your life, and nothing will be the same again. It's a catastrophe, an accident. You could break something. Maybe you bump your table and all your puzzle pieces fall on the floor. That is a Tower moment, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm not predicting anything. You're gonna cry. Excuse me. You're gonna cry, I'm telling you. You're gonna cry like a baby. I'm sorry. Something's gonna happen. What can you do? Something's gonna happen. Choo choo. So I don't know. It's about giving and receiving. And when you give to the poor, you open up the conduit to receive love and money and beautiful things in real life. Like I was watching, what was I watching? It was about the spiritual world, or the we call it spiritual world, but we really don't know. There's no proof of anything. But this guy was saying that there's this, you've got your guardian angel teams, or your angel teams, or your teams that are working in the background. And when you open the conduit, they help you and they save you out of disaster, from disaster. Sometimes we need help, and there are these beings, this team in the background that actually protect you from disaster. I wonder what it was. What was it that I was watching? And I agreed with it. Let me see quickly if I can find it.
Elon Musk was recently in an interview, and
I think it's song time. Yeah, song time. It's song time, and then I'll look for that thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm so good. I'm so fucking good. Mm-hmm. No, it's not it. That's not it. It's not it. It's not it. History. No. Okay, yeah, that's fine. But I played all of these. Where's the new ones?
Smoke red and sacred flame, cleanse the space in spirit's name. What is dark must fade away. Only peace and light may stay. Circle of light around me stand. Guard my spirit, guard this soul. Spirits that do not belong here, hear my voice and depart. You have no power, no claim, no.
Oh, sorry.
Have no power, no claim, no place in this home by my will and by this life. I finish you now. His home is in peace and light. Only welcome spirits may enter.
I can't find it. I don't know why YouTube's algorithm is up to shite these days. Have you noticed? Please hit the like. Where is it all gone? There. Let me just take a look. Did you see the mouth pad? I swear I showed it already. Have you seen the flock cameras anywhere? The flock cameras? Let's look at the flock cameras. The flock cameras. Flockity flock, flock, flock. Oh, it was such a long fucking show. Where is it? Where is it? How remaining with love, beauty, opportunities. No. And then I look at videos that I've never actually looked at. No. I didn't watch this shit, man. Who's on my fucking YouTube? I'm sounding like somebody. Can't be. Maybe it's in the shorts, so. Terrible. It's after that. Where has it gone? Where are you? Where are you? And how do you do? Are you coloring? Did you give up on the puzzle? I bet you it's not here. Life's highway. YouTubers are still visiting Summer Wells' house, or Candace. Did you know that? I don't know. Not there. So they're predicting fucking, what do you call it? Nuclear warfare now. Can you fucking handle it? Alex Jones is nuts. Did you hear that the Uncle Ferry, how you doing? It ended when it ended. Did I miss it? I've been waiting for the end. I don't know. I meant to just say in 4K, but I forgot about the 4K because, you know, I don't know if you know what we're talking about when it talks about 4K, but everybody talks about 4K and it's not fucking 4K, is it? Are you coloring in 4K, darling? How you doing, Uncle Ferry? Good to see you. I don't know if you know the car Jaguar from England. Yeah? Well, it doesn't exist anymore because of a stupid commercial advert. It used to be the fanciest car in the world besides America. In high definition, yeah. That was what's his name? Tyler Robertson running across the roof in Utah. It's in high definition. It's not in high definition. You can't even see anyone. It's a shadow. It's a shadow. You know what I mean? Je do.
Company opened above a shop on Bloomfield Road. 3 employees and a boy. On a good week, they finished 1 sidecar. Lyons had one idea that never changed, and it is the idea the whole company was built on. He wanted his vehicles to look like they cost 3 times what they actually did. By 1927, they had moved from sidecars to car bodies. The first was built on an Austin 7, and it cost £175. But with its two-tone paint and its low, sleek shape, it looked like something a wealthy man would step out of. The orders came in faster than Blackpool could build them. 2 cars a day against orders for 500. So in 1928, Lyons moved the whole operation to Coventry, the centre of the British motor industry. Around 50 people packed up their lives and went with him. In Coventry, they began building complete cars, and in 1935, Lyons chose a name for the new model. He wanted something that meant power and grace and speed. He chose Jaguar. There is one more piece to that story, and it is not often told. The company at the time was called SS Cars. Before the war, those 2 letters meant nothing in particular. After it, they meant something no British company could carry. So in March 1945, at a shareholders' meeting, Lyons changed the company's name. From then on, it was Jaguar Cars Limited. He told the room the name was distinctive and could not be confused with anything foreign. And what he did next was the greatest run any British car maker has ever had. 1948, the London Motor Show. Jaguar showed a car called the XK120, intended only as a one-off, a way of showing off a new engine. That engine had been designed during the war, sketched out by Jaguar engineers on firewatch duty between looking up at the sky, aeroplane company, and who designed cars the way he designed wings, wind tunnels, mathematics. He refused to be called a stylist. He said he was an engineer. The E-Type could do 150 miles an hour. It had disc brakes on all 4 wheels, and it cost around £2,250,
Remember Herbie?
which was roughly half the price of a comparable Ferrari. That was Lyons' idea in its purest form: grace and speed and engineering for people who were not millionaires. Frank Sinatra bought one. So did Steve McQueen. Nearly 79,000 were
There it
built.
is.
Lyons was knighted in 1956 for his services to British industry. He had built the whole thing from a rented room above a shop. Now, before we get to what went wrong, do something for me. If you have ever owned a Jaguar of any kind at any organisation that produced the Austin Allegro, the cars of the 1970s still looked like Jaguars from the outside. Underneath, too many of them fell apart. Electrical faults, rust, breakdowns, the reliability became a running joke in the British press, and that reputation followed the brand for the next 30 years. Jaguar was cut loose from British Leyland in 1984 and floated on the London Stock Exchange. It had 5 years of independence. Then in 1989, Ford bought it. The Ford years are complicated. Ford put serious money into Jaguar's engineering and its factories, and the quality genuinely improved. The cars of the 90s and 2000s were far better built than what came before. But Jaguar never made money for Ford, not consistently. It stayed a prestige piece that cost more to run than it brought in. And when the financial crisis arrived in 2008, Ford needed cash badly and put it up for sale. The buyer was Tata Motors of India, who bought Jaguar and Land Rover together for $2.3 billion in cash. At the time, the motor industry was skeptical. Tata was best known for building the cheapest cheapest car in the world. People asked whether a company that built a $2,000 city car could look after Jaguar. The answer, for a long time, was yes. Under Tata, billions went into new models and new factories. Land Rover became enormously profitable, and Jaguar got real investment for the first time in decades. The F-Type arrived in 2013, and journalists called it the spiritual successor to the E-Type. The XE and XF took Jaguar back into the market against BMW and Mercedes, and the F-Pace, launched in 2016, became the best-selling Jaguar almost immediately. By the end of that decade, Jaguar was selling over 180,000 cars a year worldwide. In 2018, it launched the I-Pace, an electric SUV that won World Car of the Year. Whatever came next, it was not a company on its knees. What came next was a plan called Reimagine, announced in 2021. Jaguar would become entirely electric. Every petrol and diesel model would be discontinued, and the brand would move up market to compete not with BMW and Mercedes, but with Bentley and Porsche at more than double the price. Read that again, because the powertrain is the least of it. Jaguar was changing its price, its market, its customer, and its identity all at once. The people who had bought Jaguars for 30 years, professionals who wanted something quick and handsome that they could actually afford, were not being brought along. They were being replaced. And then came the decision that turned a risky plan into this. They stopped building everything before anything new was ready. The company called it a firebreak. In the summer of 2024, production of the XE, the XF and the F-Type ended at Castle Bromwich in Birmingham. The last F-Type, the car sold as the heir to the E-Type, came off the line, and that was that. The E-Pace and I-Pace ended in December, and the F-Pace, the best-seller, the car outselling everything else Jaguar made put together, was the last one out of the door. From November 2024, Jaguar stopped supplying new cars to the United Kingdom altogether. Dealers were told to concentrate on used cars and servicing. The managing director admitted openly that there would be a period when you simply could not buy a Jaguar. That period is still going on. Think about what that meant for the dealers. Some of them had sold Jaguars for 40 years. Some had just spent a great deal of money refitting their showrooms, ready for the electric relaunch they had been promised. And then there was nothing to put in them. No cars, no test drives, no delivery dates, just pictures of a pink concept car and a request for patience. Customers walked in, asked what was available, and were told nothing was. Many of them walked out and bought a German car instead. That is not a failure of marketing. That is a customer you do not get back. And here is what makes it so hard to defend. Nobody else did it this way. BMW brought out the i4 and the iX without taking the 3 Series off sale. Mercedes put its electric technology into the cars it already sold. Audi launched a whole electric range while keeping the A4 and the Q5 in showrooms. All of them grew their electric sales while keeping their existing customers. They gave people a bridge. Jaguar gave them a cliff. Then the numbers came in. April 2025. Across the whole of Europe, Jaguar registered 49 cars. In the same month a year earlier, it was 1,961, a fall of 97.5%. Globally, Jaguar sold 26,862 cars in the financial year to March 2025. At its peak in 2018, it sold over 180,000. That is a drop of 85% in 7 years.
Nice.
And then this January in Britain, 6. Now, in fairness, Jaguar has an answer to all of this, and you should hear it. The company says these numbers are exactly what it expected. It stopped production deliberately. You cannot sell cars you are not building. The collapse was planned, not suffered. And there is something in that. The parent company, Jaguar Land Rover, made a record profit of £2.5 billion in the 2025 financial year carried by Land Rover. This is not a business that has run out of money. But planning a fall does not make it painless, and the people who ran it have not survived it. In whole year. One attack on one company and the national figure moved. Built 59,200 vehicles. The year before, it had been 104,400. And because Jaguar Land Rover is the biggest car manufacturer in this country, total British vehicle production fell by more than 15% across the whole year. One attack on one company and the national figure moved. Now, before we get to what your Jaguar is worth, there is something under the bonnet of a great many of them that you need to know about. Because Jaguar has an engine problem of its own, and a lot of owners are driving around with no idea. In 2015, Jaguar Land Rover introduced a new family of engines called Ingenium, built in Wolverhampton, designed in-house, and fitted to almost everything the company made. The 2-litre diesel version went into the XE, the XF, the E-Pace, and the F-Pace. It also went into the Discovery Sport, the Evoque, the Velar, and the Defender. If you own a diesel Jaguar built from 2015 onwards, this is almost certainly what you have got. Now, this engine uses a timing chain rather than a belt, and a chain is supposed to be the good option. A belt has to be replaced every few years. A chain, in theory, lasts the life of the engine. In practice, on this one, a great many of them have not. The chains stretch. The plastic guides they run against wear down and shed debris into the oil. The tensioners weaken, and once in Britain. So unless your car is still under warranty, the cost is yours. So if you have a 2-litre diesel Jaguar, do this. Tomorrow morning, before you go anywhere, start it from cold with the radio off and listen. If you hear a rattle that clears after a few seconds, get it looked at. Not next month, that week. And whatever else you do,
I love
keep
Ford.
the oil changes short.
Ford is my
use
car.
the right specification oil on this engine that is not the dealer being greedy. That is the difference between a car and a scrap value. So, beyond the engine, if you own a Jaguar, what does all this actually mean? First, on values. This is not as bad as you might fear. A brand pausing production does not make the existing cars worthless, and in some cases it does the opposite. The last F-types, the last of the proper petrol cars, are already being treated as future classics. If you have a good one, do not panic sell it. The XE, the XF, and the F-Pace are a different matter. They are ordinary used cars in a market where the badge no longer means what it did, and they will be priced accordingly. If you are going to move one on, sooner is better than later. Second, on parts and servicing. There is no reason to worry here. Jaguar Land Rover is a large, profitable...
Have you seen the Huawei, the new Huawei car? It looks just like the Jaguar. It's so funny. Where's the Huawei? It is like a Rolls Royce, but it's an electric Rolls Royce. And they're using the same concept that Jaguar did. Jaguar made a beautiful car that looked like a rich man's car, but it came at half the price in the beginning days. And it's the same with this Huawei. There it is. But this guy that's making the video doesn't know how to make videos, really. He keeps on looking at the panels. I don't know why. But it's like a limousine. Dot has arrived. How you doing, Dot? Good to see you. Fix your repair daily. Fucked over rebuilt Dodge. Ford. No, man. It's what? First on the rubbish dump. Ford. First on the rubbish dump. The rubbish dump. What ended? Just the music. Nothing ended. I didn't know what to call it. Oh, you know what it is? Rose's birthdays ended. Now we can go full steam ahead. Rose's birthday ended. Yay! It's like a boat. We've been eclipsed out of the fucking. This is like the Hunger Games. We're the hunted. Doesn't Huawei also do phones? No, I thought they only did phones. But it's like Hyundai. Hyundai, the car that Rose drives. That company is actually it builds shipping tankers. I mean, tanking shippers. What do you call them? Those huge big ships. That's what Hyundai builds. Huawei, the cell phone side, is the smallest side of the business. Couldn't you spell it better? But that's actually better. That's the Western way of spelling Huawei. This is how you spell Huawei. Huawei. Okay. Huawei. But this is going to come, and it's. I think you can buy it for $350,000. So only 6 million rand. What is that? Oh, the trays. But its name is so strange. It's worse. What's its name again? Is it here? Maextro. 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 The S800. Hey? High-tech luxury sedan. It's a Maybach Challenger. Mitsubishi built Japan's World War II planes. Yeah, you see there. Wow. Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi and Tishtosh. No, what was the other one? Mitsubishi. I haven't seen you in a long time. Did you have a good week, Mission? Were you busy? Say rabbit for good luck. It's beginning of the month. We call them here bits of shitty. I can't stand their cars. I cannot stand it. But I've got a big mouth. If I don't like a car, I'm going to tell everybody about it. And you know the Toyota Fortuner. Every South African wants that car. It's over nearly 2 million rand. And I was at this get together, and then we were going to go out. And I said, "Oh, this is your new car." I said, "Oh, why did you get this?" I can't stand it. I'm a Ford man. I'm a real low-class Ford man. I've been watching old 90s movies in the car, and the cars look so different, so boxy. Yeah, they were terrible in the 90s. Oh, especially in America. Your week was hectic. That's why you went here. Oh, good. That's very good. Mission, what did you get up to? He was working. He works for his money. He works for his money. Works for his money. Works for his money. I have a 1996 JDM Mitsubishi. Is that a UT as well? Only 1,000 made that year and only 6,000 in total. I liked the older Mitsubishis. I did. Even the 80s Mitsubishi. Or was it the 90s? Is it silver? And we always thought the Mitsubishi was British with a stupid name like that. Oh, it's Mitsubishi and Toshiba. Mitsubishi and Toshiba. That's what it was. Toshiba, the air conditioning company. It's a two-door, four-seater racing car called an FTO. Let me look it up. FTO Mitsubishi. Bit of shitting. No, not FTR. FTR. It's a truck. See this new one. I can't stand it.
She has decent work, but anyways. A lot of modern cars, it's really thick when you close it. That was solid. Now, looking at all the panels, for a sub $30,000 car brand new, this is actually really good. Many $80,000+ cars have worse alignment. And then stuff like the handles actually feel really solid in the doors. That's good. And
This is a lesbian car. I've seen lesbians drive it.
And the sport here, everything is very
It is
tightly
FTO.
closed. There's no give in any of the items. This is all really well done. I would actually put this on par with the previous gen Toyotas. Mitsubishis are way better built than people realize. Well, let's take a look at the build quality.
FTO. What did you say? 1993? 1996. Oh, I know it. This used to be in the racing game. Hey, I've raced with it before. Is it a 2-liter? Where do you keep all these cars, Mission? Huh? Where do you keep all these cars?
That people do not buy for reasons like reliability, expense, or because your friends told you to stay away from them. This week, it's the
Irish love.
FTO. And I'm going to tell you, is it a car that you should buy? Oh boy. Say hello to the Mitsubishi Fresh Touring Origination, a forgotten Japanese sports car of the 90s with a 2-liter V6 front-wheel drive and a Supra-esque front end. It was a car intended for the Japanese market only, but when we all saw Mitsubishi's forbidden fruit, we spent years importing FTOs by the boatload.
What's happening, Dot?
Finally gave in and started selling them in.
What's wrong, Dot? Sorry.
Mitsubishi had literally missed the boat because we'd imported so many already.
I was watching your live yesterday or earlier. You were so funny. Actually, I recorded it.
The Mitsubishi FTO. This car belongs to a lovely chap called Adam Herbert.
Good luck,
Thank
Doc.
you very much, Adam. You're currently waiting in our car, which is over there, and you're a little bit scared of what I'm going to be saying about your car. Now, Adam's car is the 2-litre V6 with 170 horsepower. You can also get a 1.8 4-cylinder or the 2-litre V6 with the Wyvek engine, which has got
Which is the
variable
one
valve timing.
you've got.
200 horsepower with that. And the interior, sure, it is of Japanese quality, but it is actually pretty
On
well
the side.
put together. There are no rattles.
Oh my
It
goodness.
feels solid. You can
Good
probably
morning,
feel
Weekend. Good
around
evening,
100
Weekend. Good
miles an hour,
night, Weekend. Good to see you, Weekend. Happy birthday, Weekend. In person, Weekend. I only have 3 cars and 1 motorbike now.
There we go. So we changed it to third gear. Now we have a 4-speed Tetronic automatic gearbox. All that means is you can hook it into manual mode and you can change up and down the gears like so.
Let's check Dot out.
Auto is that it learns your driving style by remembering how you like to shift.
I only remember that now.
You're in the style of hanging the brakes or go with your I'm young and have a black box fitted to keep my insurance premium low technique, because let me tell you, insurance companies love it, and I mean love it when you tell them.
Come on.
On the side of the box that tell me how to do it. Right. Or if like I buy some sort of like frozen something, there's going to be instructions on how to prepare the food. Right. This kind of thing. I expect that. And those are
This is
always
so
kind of a
funny.
nightmare.
I
Because
find it
usually
so
what I
funny.
end up having to do is take a picture of the instructions and then try and, you know, zoom in and all this shit. When I'm ordering sushi, I do not expect that I'm going to have to read instructions to figure out how the fuck to get to the sushi.
That's so
Okay.
funny.
So what you do is, if you ever encounter something like this, you pop this thing off, right? And you take this off. This is the lid, right? So now you've freed the sushi. Okay, and then on the bottom of here, there's a hole, right? And you're gonna take this thing. You want to make
Oh, come on.
on the side of the box and tell me
Oh, come on.
on the side of the box and tell me how to this to figure out how the fuck to get to the sushi. Okay, so what you do is, if you ever encounter something like this, you pop this thing off, right? And you take this off.
I
This
think
is
it's
the
funny
lid,
though.
right? So now you've freed the sushi.
And then she pushed
Okay,
the
and then
fucking
on the
sushi out
bottom of
with the
here,
stick.
there's a hole, right? And you're gonna take this thing. You want to make sure it's the right end, because one end is, I guess, thicker than the other. I don't know. And it appears that there is there a liquid in here. Oh, but you know what? This is filled with soy sauce. So I guess be careful with this thing, because you can open it somehow and then you'll spill soy sauce over the place. So hopefully we don't do that. And then you put this thing in the bottom here and you push up, and here you have your sushi. And I guess it's kind of like a push pop, only it's sushi. Now, I ate one piece of this, and I was like, I paid how much for this? I'm gonna go put this back in the refrigerator. So
Oh, because you've got a saw, a bed saw, eh? An abscess. That's terrible. Terrible, Muriel. That's terrible. Taiwan chooses Orania. My goodness. Kimi 4K is bigger than anyone expected. No, K4, not 4K. Oh, look, here's a nice one, Mitch. Not Mitch. Mish. There's a beautiful one. 8,400 RPM, the Mavic. This is Mitsubishi's most underrated coupe, FTO GP version R.
These designed mainly for the Japanese market. It competed with cars like the Honda Prelude, Toyota Celica, and Nissan Silvia. Now this was very special because this is basically the version R, which is the most desirable trim on the FTOs. And this thing came with a Mavic dual overhead cam V6, which produces around 200 horsepower stock. But it had its own personality. It was lightweight, high revving, and had sharp handling rather than big horsepower right out of the box. The Mavic
Because I'm going to end this show now.
Sounds exotic for a small coupe and lovely.
So it's time to go. Ba, 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 ba. Thank you, Michon. Thank you, MJD. Thank you, Guardian. Thank you, Wiccan. That's my FTO. Looks like but silver. Nice. Nice. Just like fines, $10 a month. Oh dear. Okay, let's look at I hope you have a wonderful sleep, America. I hope you have a wonderful day, America. Happy Saturday, rabbit, rabbit. Say rabbit, rabbit for good luck. Oh, come on, man. No, I played them all already, Wiccan. I played it. Let me see that. Where is it now? Let me try and do it like that then. Okay. I wonder if it's going to work. Let me try and do it like that then. Is it going to work? Yes, it's going to work.
Truth about relationships is that they are meant to enhance our lives, not act as the missing piece of a puzzle. A partner is there to walk alongside us during challenging times, offering support rather than serving as a savior. In a healthy relationship, both individuals benefit. Conversely, in a toxic relationship, both parties suffer. A key feature of a positive relationship is that individuals feel rejuvenated, not exhausted after being together. Witnessing the other person strive towards their goals naturally motivates them to enhance their own lives. They should be able to look back at who they were a year ago and see measurable personal growth.
That was you. This is 7 hours ago. And so it is this channel. Where did you put it? Oh, that one. You already got 1,000 views from it. Wow. Brilliant, Wicked. Okay, we'll sign off with this. Thanks, Wicked. I played about 4 of your songs now already.
Never look you in the eye.
Good luck at the hospital, dog. Who's it? A self-imposed word. You. That's me. That's me.
Stay calm, stay bright. I want them to finish their side. Let the haters do their thing. Keep done. Misunderstood, but never broken. Got the fades, but love stays spoken. They throw stones from shallow ground. I build roots where peace is found. I won't trade my soul for size. My grace for bitter views. I'm committed to this love, even when the noise is cruel. Let them judge.
Is there any guarantee in life? This thing. I'll Jaguar. Got an active on her side. So I want to see this. I want to remix the scene. I'm going to remix the scene, turn into a movie trailer, gritty film noir scene, add me rapping and sinking alongside them, transform the wall into a neon light show. Where's a picture of me? I'm not into selfies these days. There's a picture of me. Right. Let's see what it does. Lionel, when you play stuff on your phone, it's muffled. Oh, really? People say that to me, I know. But let's see what I'm making here. Doo-dah day. I've got to start the day. Oh, I'm still in my gown. I'm such a tramp. Come, 48. Let us see. 58%. 61%. 64%. Soon I'll have my laptop. I think a lot. There we go. 70%, 100%. So I hope you have a fabulous day and night. Get some rest if you can tonight. Let them listen in the corner. Have a fabulous day. Have a fabulous night. I love you guys. Peace, shalom, salam, alaikum, make us live for you. It's liberty. Siyabonga, Rilabonga, Giyabonga, Hambagachli, Salagachli, Chuk, Sayonara, au revoir, to since. Hit that like on the replay. Remember, life gets tougher, but we get smarter. And if we try a little bit harder every day, it does get better indeed. Peace, shalom, bye-bye. Be good. will be bad at it. Thank you guys. Really appreciate you. Love to all. Bye.